Cowboys Nation. Welcome to your ultimate destination for all things Dallas Cowboys. From the latest news, game analyses, rumors, to deep dives into player performances and strategies, we've got you covered. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications so you never miss a play. Let's dive into everything you need to know about America's team. The NFL world is buzzing with speculation, and if you've been following the whispers around Dallas, you already know that something monumental is happening with the Cowboys. Sources suggest that CeeDee Lamb, the dynamic wide receiver who has been redefining the game with his explosive plays and uncanny ability to read defenses, is on the verge of becoming the single most transformative signing in franchise history. Fans have been clamoring for a blockbuster move that cements Dallas as a perennial contender, and all signs point to Lamb being that catalyst. Analysts and insiders alike are already spinning scenarios in which Lamb's presence alone elevates the Cowboys' offense from formidable to virtually unstoppable. Some are even claiming that the mere hint of Lamb's contract extension has triggered subtle tremors throughout the league as rival teams reconsider their strategies and roster priorities. While the official numbers are under wraps, the narrative building in the background is hard to ignore. Dallas isn't just signing a player. They're securing a generational talent whose ceiling seems limitless. In locker room conversations and social media chatter, phrases like franchise-altering and once-in-a-generation keep popping up, painting a picture of Lamb as more than just a receiver. He's a symbol of ambition, a statement that the Cowboys intend to dominate for years to come. Rumors suggest that negotiations have been intense, but the underlying theme is clear. Both sides recognize the magnitude of what's at stake. For Lamb, this isn't just another contract. It's an opportunity to become synonymous with one of the league's most storied franchises, a chance to leave an indelible mark on a team hungry for a modern-day legend. Meanwhile, the Cowboys front office appears to be orchestrating a careful balance between financial strategy and competitive firepower, ensuring that this move doesn't just excite fans, but also secures the team's long-term ambitions. Social media platforms have been ablaze with speculation, with fans dissecting every hint, every leak, and every statement for clues about the size and scope of this monumental deal. Analysts on sports networks are framing this as potentially the defining off-season moment for the NFL, arguing that the ripple effects could reshape draft strategies, trade priorities, and even coaching decisions across the league. Meanwhile, whispers from inside sources suggest that Lamb's influence extends beyond the field. His leadership, work ethic, and charisma have already begun shifting the team culture, creating an aura of inevitability around the Cowboys' future success. Observers who've attended practice sessions hint at a new level of intensity and cohesion in the locker room, attributing much of it to Lamb's commitment and vision. This isn't speculation anymore. It's a narrative forming in real time, one where the Cowboys are positioning themselves as the team to beat, and Lamb is the centerpiece of that bold vision, a living embodiment of the franchise's ambition. There's also the financial aspect, which insiders hint could be a game-changer in its own right. The deal on the table reportedly carries implications that go far beyond immediate salary figures. If these rumors are accurate, Lamb's contract sets a precedent, signaling to other players and teams that Dallas is willing to invest in excellence at a scale that few franchises dare to consider. Financial analysts and sports media circles are already crunching hypothetical numbers, projecting how this move could impact cap space, future acquisitions, and the ability to build a supporting roster around Lamb. At the same time, the symbolic weight of the deal is even more significant. Signing a player of Lamb's caliber is as much about perception as it is about on-field performance. It sends a clear message to fans, opponents, and the league at large. The Cowboys are not content with mediocrity. They're aiming for dominance, and they recognize that achieving that goal requires investing in transcendent talent. The chatter is relentless, and the rumor mill paints a picture of Dallas as a franchise on the move, ready to rewrite expectations. Speculation abounds about how the presence of Lamb could redefine offensive schemes, giving quarterbacks more dynamic options and forcing opposing defenses to rethink their strategies. Coaches and analysts are already theorizing about new formations, route combinations, and game plans that could leverage Lamb's unparalleled speed, agility, and field awareness. Even casual fans are getting caught up in the excitement, sharing highlight reels and debating whether Lamb could be the defining figure of the Cowboys' next era. Beyond the numbers and tactical implications, there's a narrative of identity being crafted around Lamb and the Cowboys. Rumors suggest that the team sees him as a cultural touchstone, someone whose influence permeates beyond the excess and OS of football into the very spirit of the franchise. Conversations in sports circles are hinting at Lamb's potential to inspire the next generation of talent, both on the field and in the stands. Youth programs, community outreach, and team branding are reportedly aligning to leverage Lamb's marketability and charisma, turning a football signing into a broader movement. From a storytelling perspective, the drama is palpable. Here's a player at the peak of his abilities joining a team eager to redefine its narrative, blending athletic prowess with a storyline of ambition, resilience, and potential glory. This combination of talent and timing has pundits drawing parallels to historic signings across the league, suggesting that Lamb's arrival could mark the start of a new chapter in Dallas lore, one filled with record-breaking performances, playoff runs, and perhaps even championship glory. Every rumor, every insider tip, every whispered projection points toward a singular truth. This is more than a signing. It's a statement, and it's reverberating far beyond Arlington. Fans are already envisioning highlight reels that could dominate social media for years, imagining plays that might one day be etched in the annals of Cowboys history. The anticipation is palpable, the excitement electric, and the rumor mill refuses to quiet down. Even the broader league landscape seems to tremble at the possibility of this signing. Rumors suggest that rival teams are quietly reassessing draft strategies, contract priorities, and player development plans in response to Lamb's potential arrival. Analysts point to the domino effect a player of his caliber could trigger, forcing opposing defenses to innovate and adapt, while also inspiring teammates and future stars to raise their performance standards. The speculation isn't limited to fans or media insiders. Whispers from coaches, scouts, and former players indicate that Lamb's influence may extend far beyond his own team, reshaping competitive dynamics across the league. Meanwhile, social media threads overflow with hypothetical scenarios of explosive games, record-breaking receptions, and dramatic playoff moments, each fueled by the tantalizing possibility of a Lamb-led Cowboys offense. In essence, the rumor mill is painting a picture of transformative potential, one where a single signing reverberates through the ecosystem of professional football, altering expectations, strategies, and aspirations. The excitement is tangible, the anticipation mounting, and every insider tidbit only fuels speculation further, creating a sense of urgency, drama, and possibility rarely seen in NFL circles. Locker room insiders hint at a level of chemistry developing between Lamb and his quarterback that could redefine offensive synergy. Rumors suggest that their rapport extends beyond practice sessions into strategic planning, film study, and even motivational routines. Analysts and commentators speculate that such chemistry could manifest in on-field brilliance, translating to precise timing, explosive routes, and an uncanny ability to exploit defensive weaknesses. The narrative being circulated paints Lamb as a catalyst, someone whose skill set elevates those around him while demanding adjustments from opponents. Fans have taken to dissecting every practice clip, every hint of interaction, and every interview snippet, searching for clues that this partnership could be historic. Meanwhile, the media continues to stoke the fire, framing Lamb's arrival as the defining storyline of the offseason, one that merges skill, personality, and potential into a narrative of dominance. Speculation also abounds about long-term cultural impacts, suggesting that his leadership style, dedication, and charisma could shift locker room dynamics, team morale, and overall organizational identity. In essence, whispers are converging into a rumor that positions Lamb not only as a player, but as a transformative force, someone capable of leaving an indelible imprint on the Cowboys and, potentially, the league itself. The hype surrounding Lamb's potential deal has reached a fever pitch, with fan speculation, insider whispers, and media analysis merging into an almost cinematic narrative. Rumors hint that the Cowboys front office has been meticulously crafting not just a contract, but a legend, envisioning Lamb as the linchpin of a multi-year strategy aimed at championship contention. Analysts are projecting how this signing could influence the draft, free agency, and even coaching decisions, with insiders suggesting that Lamb's presence may create a gravitational pull, attracting talent who want to be part of the historic run. Meanwhile, social media is awash with fan theories, highlight reels, and countdowns, painting a picture of anticipation, excitement, and near-mythical expectation. The storyline being whispered in locker rooms, sports networks, and online forums alike is clear. This isn't just a signing. It's a statement, a cultural pivot, and a strategic masterstroke. As rumors swirl, analysts are debating how Lamb could redefine offensive playbooks, quarterback decision-making, and even defensive game planning across the league. The consensus emerging from this whirlwind of speculation is that Lamb's potential arrival represents an inflection point, a moment where talent, timing, and ambition converge to create what could very well be remembered as one of the most consequential acquisitions in the history of the Dallas Cowboys. The speculation surrounding CeeDee Lamb's potential signing has evolved into a full-blown narrative, one where every hint, every leak, and every insider comment fuels the imagination of fans, analysts, and rival teams alike. Rumors suggest that the magnitude of this acquisition could redefine how the Cowboys approach the game on every level, from play calling to roster construction and even long-term strategic planning. Social media feeds are overflowing with clips of Lamb's highlight reels, analyses of his routes, and theories about how his unique combination of speed, agility, and field intelligence could force opposing defenses into constant adaptation. Sources close to the team hint that the quarterback-receiver chemistry being fostered behind closed doors could become the blueprint for offensive innovation, a partnership that elevates both players while simultaneously challenging league norms. Analysts argue that Lamb's arrival may compel coaches to rethink conventional formations, craft novel route combinations, and leverage his versatility to create mismatches that have never been seen in Dallas before. Meanwhile, whispers from inside the locker room indicate that his leadership qualities are already beginning to influence teammates, instilling a culture of accountability, ambition, and relentless pursuit of excellence. The narrative forming is not just about football. It's about transformation, identity, and the potential emergence of a Cowboys era defined by one transcendent player, whose presence alone could shift the trajectory of a storied franchise. Sources suggest that the negotiations for Lamb's contract were as intense as the speculation surrounding its implications. Rumors indicate that both sides approach discussions with a recognition of the historic nature of the potential deal, fully aware that this was not merely a financial transaction, but a moment with long-lasting consequences for the franchise. Analysts and insiders have painted scenarios in which Lamb's influence stretches beyond the field, potentially affecting team culture, strategic planning, and the attraction or retention of other top-tier talent. Even casual fans have become invested in every reported detail, from potential salary figures to incentive clauses, as they try to project how this signing could alter the balance of power within the league. Meanwhile, whispers suggest that the front office views this acquisition as a foundational move, the type of commitment that signals ambition and confidence to fans, opponents, and the wider NFL community. Discussions in sports circles are dominated by the possibility that Lamb's presence may redefine offensive expectations, with analysts debating how his skill set can be maximized to exploit every conceivable defensive weakness. The rumor mill paints a picture where this signing transcends the usual parameters of contracts and negotiations, establishing Lamb as a central figure in the Cowboys' envisioned dynasty and elevating the team's trajectory in ways that ripple far beyond a single season, season after season. But before we continue, don't forget to subscribe to our channel and give this video a like. Your support helps us keep bringing you the latest updates on the Dallas Cowboys. Feel free to share your thoughts on the news in the comments as well. The financial dimension of Lamb's rumored deal is generating as much excitement as the speculation about his on-field contributions. Analysts and insiders suggest that the structure, incentives, and magnitude of the contract could redefine how teams approach star acquisitions, creating a blueprint for balancing talent investment with long-term organizational sustainability. Rumors indicate that this signing is not just about immediate performance. It's about signaling ambition, vision, and commitment to both fans and the league. Social media chatter reflects the intrigue surrounding the potential figures, bonuses, and clauses, with analysts theorizing about the broader strategic impact on the team's salary cap, roster flexibility, and future acquisitions. Meanwhile, whispers hint that Lamb's influence may extend into mentoring younger players, contributing to culture-building initiatives, and even shaping the perception of the Cowboys as a forward-thinking, aspirational franchise. This speculation has transformed into a narrative where financial decisions, strategic foresight, and cultural impact intersect, reinforcing the idea that Lamb represents more than athletic talent. He embodies a holistic investment in the franchise's future. As rumors continue to swirl, the framing of Lamb's arrival as a game-changing, culture-shaping, and legacy-defining moment becomes increasingly entrenched, reinforcing the notion that this signing is not simply transactional, but revolutionary in scope. Observers and sports media speculate that the Cowboys' vision for Lamb may include unprecedented autonomy in shaping offensive strategy. Rumors suggest that he is not simply expected to execute plays, but to actively influence game planning, route designs, and overall offensive philosophy. Analysts have drawn comparisons to historic player-coach collaborations, hinting that Lamb's insight, experience, and versatility could allow him to function as a quasi-strategist on the field. Social media discussions reinforce this perspective, with fans debating how his potential involvement in tactical decisions could alter game outcomes, create mismatches, and generate highlight reel moments. Inside whispers suggest that his presence may also affect roster composition, as coaches and front office executives consider surrounding him with complementary talent capable of exploiting defensive weaknesses. Meanwhile, pundits speculate about the psychological and motivational impact of having a transcendent talent like Lamb, noting that his leadership, work ethic, and competitive drive may inspire teammates to exceed expectations. Across sports forums, social media threads, and analyst discussions, the narrative emerging is clear. This is more than a contract signing. It is the potential birth of a player-driven, culture-shaping, offensive renaissance that positions the Dallas Cowboys at the forefront of league innovation and competitive dominance for years to come. The rumor mill is further fueled by speculation about Lamb's potential to redefine statistical expectations in Dallas. Analysts suggest that his combination of speed, route precision, and playmaking instinct could lead to unprecedented reception totals, yardage records, and game-changing touchdowns. Social media fans have taken to debating every highlight clip, imagining how Lamb's presence might stretch defenses, open lanes for teammates, and force opponents into constant recalibration. Insiders hint that coaching staff may be constructing plays specifically to exploit his unique strengths, amplifying the idea that this signing could revolutionize not just team strategy, but league-wide offensive planning. Rumors also indicate that the broader franchise sees Lamb as an inspirational figure capable of motivating younger players, shaping team culture, and elevating organizational identity beyond the field. Analysts note that the symbolic value of this acquisition is immense, sending signals to fans, competitors, and prospective free agents about the team's ambition, commitment, and vision. In essence, every rumor, every whispered detail, and every fan theory coalesces into a narrative that positions Lamb not merely as a player, but as a transformational force whose influence could ripple through statistics, culture, and legacy, leaving a lasting imprint on both the Cowboys and the NFL itself. Fans and analysts alike are now speculating on how Lamb's potential arrival might affect the psychological dynamics of the league. Rumors suggest that his presence could alter opposing defensive strategies, create mental pressure on rival quarterbacks, and shift the perception of the Cowboys from contenders to favorites. Social media debates are rife with conjecture about how his skill set might force innovative game planning, push coordinators to devise unconventional defensive alignments, and inspire complementary players to elevate their performance. Insider whispers hint at the possibility that Lamb's leadership and influence within the locker room could strengthen team cohesion, enhance focus during critical moments, and even redefine motivational culture within the organization. Analysts suggest that this signing might become a case study in sports psychology, examining how a transcendent athlete can shape not just physical outcomes but also mental frameworks for success. Meanwhile, fans are envisioning the iconic moments, highlight plays, and defining games that could characterize a Lamb-led era. The narrative forming is both tangible and mythic. CeeDee Lamb is not just a signing. He is a symbol, a potential cultural architect, and a transformative force capable of redefining the trajectory of a historic franchise. Every rumor, every whisper, and every speculative analysis contributes to a storyline that positions him as central to the Cowboys' future identity, legacy, and pursuit of dominance. Finally, the overarching narrative that emerges from all the rumors, speculation, and insider whispers is clear. Lamb's arrival could mark the beginning of a new epoch for the Dallas Cowboys. Analysts suggest that the combination of athletic prowess, leadership, strategic influence, and cultural impact positions him as a once-in-a-generation acquisition, one whose effects may resonate far beyond immediate wins and losses. Social media, sports forums, and insider channels have all amplified the conversation, imagining scenarios where Lamb redefines records, inspires teammates, reshapes strategies, and creates a legacy intertwined with the franchise's identity. Rumors indicate that the signing is seen internally as both a competitive necessity and a statement of ambition, signaling that Dallas intends to pursue dominance with a clear vision and a transformative centerpiece. Fans and pundits alike are captivated, debating the potential for historic performances, playoff success, and cultural influence, all tied to a single player who has captured imaginations across the league. In essence, every rumor, every insider tip, and every highlight reel coalesces into a narrative of transformation, ambition, and expectation, framing CeeDee Lamb not just as a player, but as the catalyst for a new era in Cowboys history, a potential franchise-defining moment whose impact may echo for decades to come. That's it for this update. If you enjoyed the video and want to keep receiving exclusive news about the Dallas Cowboys, please subscribe to our channel and give this video a like. We always look forward to your comments and opinions. See you in the next video.